They smashed a champagne bottle over my head before 100 stunned guests. I walked out bleeding. You know, there are some nights that just change everything. Nights where you discover the true, brutal price of family loyalty, and it leaves you bleeding, literally. Because for me, that night, at my own brother's lavish birthday party, I staggered out with blood trailing in my wake, wondering, what the hell just happened to my life? The chandeliers in the Highland Village estate glittered with this harsh, cold brilliance, reflecting off polished marble floors. Guests, draped in designer suits and glittering dresses, floated from room to room, champagne flutes balanced effortlessly in manicured hands. It reeked of cedarwood and old money, a scent I'd known my whole life. This wasn't just a party, it was Morgan's 50th, and if you didn't know better, you'd swear it was a senator's inauguration. I stepped inside, smoothing the lapels of my navy suit, the one I reserved for weddings and funerals. I was met with polite nods, forced smiles, the kind people give when they feel obligated to acknowledge you, but really wish you weren't there. It was always like this for me, like I was a distant, necessary, but not quite welcome relative. Morgan, my brother, he was the center of it all. Standing beneath an archway, a whiskey glass in one hand, his other arm wrapped around Vivian. They were laughing with some associates I didn't recognize, probably from one of his latest business acquisitions. His custom-tailored suit, sharp lines, and perfect creases spoke of appointments I was never invited to. When his eyes caught mine, he just lifted his glass slightly. It was more of an acknowledgement than a greeting. I nodded back, making my way to the bar. Iris, my mother, was already there, draped in a crimson dress that shimmered under the lights. Her hair was pulled back so tight I wondered if it hurt. She was speaking with a tall man in a charcoal suit, her fingers brushing his arm as she laughed. When she saw me, her smile faltered, just for a second. Callum, she said, stretching her lips into something that resembled a smile. I wasn't sure you'd make it. Wouldn't miss it, I replied, grabbing a glass of champagne from the bar. The bartender didn't even ask, just handed it to me, like it was assumed I'd follow the script. Well, I'm glad you're here, she said, her eyes already scanning past me. Morgan's been waiting to speak with you. I turned, following her gaze. Morgan had broken away from his circle and was heading over, whiskey still in hand. His smile was broader now, dripping with confidence. Little brother, he boomed, clapping a hand on my shoulder a bit too hard. Glad you could join us. Wouldn't miss it, I echoed, forcing a grin. He looked me over, his eyes pausing on the cuffs of my suit. I knew what he saw, 3 years out of style, a little too tight around the shoulders. His lips twitched, but he didn't comment. Let's get a drink, he suggested, steering me away from the crowd. We walked through bottom left of screen, click full story.